to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com! Yeah, Jabes.
Yeah.
End of the week.
Oh, thank God.
How you feeling, Jabes?
Well, here we are. I'm here for the people.
Yeah,
here
you are,
for the
Jabes.
people.
You
Love
look
the
great.
people.
You look
Thank
great,
you.
Jabes. You know?
Thank you.
And that's a nice thing.
Even a barn that's falling apart, if you put a fresh red, like a bright red coat, it's going to look nice for a little bit.
Yeah.
Until it starts,
Yeah.
falling apart. But thank you. Thank you.
Sure. I look terrible, I feel.
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
no, I do.
No, you
I do.
don't.
I just
I'm
caught
at the point
caught
where
a glimpse of myself on screen. I look terrible.
No.
Yeesh.
I'm at the point where I forget. Sometimes when you don't feel good in a certain way, I'm at the point where I don't remember what it feels like to feel good.
Yeah.
I'm like, who am I?
Yeah.
How do I talk to people? What is my personality like?
Sure.
I don't know what it's like.
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a bougie Beverly Hills testing center. Should I go?
I think it's pretty much mandatory at this point.
It might be mandatory. I don't think that I do. What?
You're a Rona denier.
Yeah, I just don't have any of the main symptoms.
You actually have all of them. I looked last night, and vomiting is one of them.
Yeah, but if you look on it, it's mostly coughing, shortness of breath, fever.
Well, so here's the thing. It's different for every person, right? And Dr. Fauci, who I'm not a fan of anymore, came out today and said it's a perfect storm. Everybody's got different symptoms. We don't know what's going on. Some people are showing some symptoms. Others are not. I would definitely get it checked.
Yeah.
For sure. Because it's one of those things where it's like, you don't know. Like when I thought I had it, I was like, I have this. Fuck it.
Why didn't you get tested?
When I called the doctor, he literally said, "Hey man, if you're not fucking dying, save these tests for somebody who
What about your
really
family?
needs them." What's that?
What about infecting your family and
So we
stuff?
were gone. We were gone for that entire stretch of the week. And in particular, I didn't come back until, I don't know, 2 or 3 days later after that, right? And I felt fine. So like for me personally, it was about 3 days. And then I felt fine afterwards. And I was like, all right, great. This is over. And I can move on with my life. Other people it's affecting differently. I have not seen you go down like this in a very long time.
Yeah.
Therefore, I think it's a little more severe than normal. Like your normal stomach bug or something like that. Like I haven't seen you go down like this in a very long time. So I would definitely get it checked. But good news is, since I've had it, that's why we've been able to kiss, snuggles,
Yeah, thank God. That's exactly what I want right now, too. To be touched.
To be touched. To be loved. Giorgio, turn down one of these lights. I'm super hot when you get a chance. I'm goddamn near powder on this
you're
thing.
hot.
No, the lights.
Oh.
Light-wise, It's a little Hollywood term.
It's an industry.
Not that it matters. We are definitely shadow banned on YouTube.
Yeah.
We've only
Nobody's
gained
watching this except for the nooners, which is why we're here. So who cares about everyone else?
Exactly. I really want to breach this Spotify thing. Like we got a flag on one of the videos yesterday from like a Denmark company saying, "Oh, there's a trademark on one of our videos." I'm so tired of this fucking bullshit. Like, no, there is no trademark. I've never used anything from Denmark.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is.
Right.
But you have to deal with this shit on YouTube every day, and it's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
I just want to go live normally on Spotify. I'm going to try to set up that meeting real quick.
Yeah.
Because, by the way, Spotify just announced. Did we talk about this on the show?
Yes, that they are
doing video and audio at the same time.
Yes.
So when you press your favorite podcast, you'll be able to watch video and audio at the same time, and or switch, vice versa. If you go to the car and blah blah blah. And so far, 10 other podcasts have signed on for this, and I want to go down that road. I don't want to deal with this guessing game of YouTube and all their fucking bullshit.
No.
Like, I'm all done with it. Because truthfully, if there is somebody who is able to guess, air quotes, the best in this world, it's me.
right.
Some might even say I can predict the future.
Right.
I feel like, Jessie, that I'm starting to predict the future, and I feel like we should come to terms with that as a family and come to grips with that I can indeed predict the future.
Okay.
Rostradamus is real.
Uh-huh.
He's back. Again. I feel like I've never left. Did the NFL story. Said, hey, man, all the preseason games are going to be canceled. First 5 of the regular season are going to be nuked. And I never heard that. Nobody never did that. Yesterday, NFL, boom, no more preseason. Number 1.
Right.
Number 1, hombre. Number 2, in the last couple weeks here, I always rant about musicians and music, and I'm like, I don't understand why during this time of COVID, people aren't just pounding out the greatest shit on the planet. You've nothing to fucking do. If you were that goddamn talented, you should be putting out fucking hits.
Right.
Here in LA, we've been recording the audiobook all week. The 3rd St. James Street James book is officially done. Audiobook is done, son. As the sun rises, it dawns on him. It's done. Why? Because fucking COVID. I should be putting out hits. If you're great, you should be putting out hits. I said there's only a couple musicians right now in this time that will probably put out bangers of albums because they have a strong work ethic and they don't give a fuck. Post Malone, I heard he's working on an all-rock album.
Right.
From a source. Wink.
Sure.
It's going to be all rock.
Blam.
Drake. I heard Drake. Drake is probably the only one that can do it. And Taylor Swift, right? I said Taylor Swift. I always say fucking Taylor Swift. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not a fan of her music per se.
You are, though.
I am. Like, if it comes on, and here's the thing. I can appreciate hits. I can always appreciate hits in any genre across the board. Metal, country, pop, no matter what it is, I can appreciate hits. I'm not racing out to go and buy her shit, or I don't follow her on Instagram. I don't follow her Twitter. I don't follow anything about her. But when it pops up, it's like, all right, I'll give this a listen because it's Taylor Swift, and I guarantee you she fucking knocked it out of the park.
Right.
Today, she announces, boom, at midnight, new album dropping. Fuck everyone. 18 tracks, including one with Bon Iver.
Love it.
Amazing.
Love it.
It's amazing. Whatever I think about Taylor Swift, and I think she's a little snitch. You know, we've talked about this forever. A little conniving.
Oh,
fucking,
yeah. She's a snake in the grass.
Yes,
How about that?
Snake in the grass, right? And everything is kind of a front for her music or whatever. Weird thing about it is she's so goddamn talented. She didn't even need the rest of that bullshit. Like, all she has to do is keep dropping hits. And that's all she does. Tonight at midnight, her album drops. I'm fully expecting it to be just full of fucking bangers all the way down the line, because that's what she does. She's one of the very best at it.
Right.
And I've never heard one stitch about this album. Nothing about it coming out. You were like, oh, well, she's been dropping Easter eggs from her fans.
Yeah, she's been dropping little hints if you follow her, if you're a real
I don't follow her.
Swiftie
I don't know anything
fan.
about her.
Yeah.
Nothing. Until an album comes out, I know nothing about her. I listen to it, and then I go on about my life. I don't follow Taylor Swift. I know nothing about anything she does. I watched that Netflix doc just because I wanted to see what her work ethic was like. Watch that fucking thing, and it'll give you a good insight as to the gangster she is behind the scenes. Rain or shine, she'll put on a fucking show and work her goddamn ass off. And for that, I give her all the credit in the world. And for this album, yeah, dude, midnight I'll be popping that bitch on.
Right.
You know, good for her. But I want to say I can't believe it, but I called it, and it's like, you know, the greatest do what the greatest do. And whatever her weird sitch is with the fucking cat in the backpack and the spaceman outfit. Do you remember that space backpack she had for the cat?
Yeah.
With the fucking hole in it. So the cat head can see out the side of her backpack.
Yep.
And it's got holes in it so the cat can breathe. Whatever that is, congratulations. She's doing it. Whatever people need to creatively get down on in this life, I am fucking all in for it. So T Swift, know that I'll be listening tonight, and I'm proud of you. Speaking of music, again, yet another thing I bitched about on this show is like old school hip hop is the very best, and today's guys are just kind of garbage. It all sounds like everybody just sounds like Future, to be honest with you. Snoop Dogg and DMX did the Verzuz last night.
How was it?
Amazing.
Right.
Broke all of the records. And we were coming back from an interview downtown. We did an interview with Kirill down at his factory, his warehouse. Super fascinating. Dude's got like a 15,000 square foot warehouse, like 20, 30 employees, and they're just pumping out merch everywhere. He's got a fucking half-court basketball hoop in there.
Oh, my God.
With a hardwood floor.
What a dream.
Amazing. And we were down there, and it started trending, and I was like, oh, shit. Snoop Dogg and DMX doing Verzuz right now? We had a long drive back. I was surprised at the traffic in Hollywood that there wasn't any. And then I was like, oh, that's right. The rest of Los Angeles has real jobs.
Yeah.
So like the traffic on the way back from downtown was no bueno.
Sure.
To say the least. What it did was I just plugged my phone into the rental car and left it on Instagram Live, and it just fucking kept playing through the speakers. So we listened to DMX versus Snoop all the way back, and it was just pure magic. It really was. I know what you're thinking, like, hey man, DMX doesn't have as many hits as Snoop. That's correct, but the hits that DMX has are absolute fucking slappers.
Right.
And the two of them together was this like odd couple pairing of they magically got along and were supporting each other, and like Snoop Dogg was high as shit.
Sure.
And like hilarious, dude. He was like, ooh, you snapped on that one. You were like a dog out in your yard, biting off the chain, just trying to get loose. I mean, it was fucking hilarious, dude. They were talking about eating chicken plates. Like, I mean, you name it across the board. Like, it was just old school. Like they were just on the front stoop of their house doing this shit, like two best friends from years ago. And it was amazing to watch, and everybody got behind it. And I think at one point throughout the broadcast, they had said afterwards, Verzuz was like, yeah, man, it brought in over like 2.5 million people on Instagram Live. I mean, how crazy is that?
Really?
Yeah. And I know if you missed it last night, I know Apple TV has purchased the rights to it, so you can watch all of like the old battles on there. But that's a great one, and it's really fucking funny, man. Snoop Dogg is just an entertainer. He's more than just a rapper. He's an entertainer.
Yeah.
And he's genuinely hilarious, like all the way throughout. And you're like, oh man, shit. But it was one of those things. I turned to Giorgio and I said, hey man, you could literally just put on Doggy Style, and every single song would be a hit. You know?
Yeah.
Every single song on Doggy Style is a fucking banger.
Yeah, that's true.
It's amazing. Let alone the rest of his shit. I forgot about Drop It Like It's Hot.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, dude. You remember that? Yeah. The best.
Right.
It's the fucking best, man. So I really enjoyed the shit out of that. Verzuz has come through during the pandemic because the people they've been lining up together have been great and phenomenal. And like, you know, I think the reason why it's doing so well is people miss great music again. Where it's just like, oh shit, man. Remember it was just hit after hit after hit. People were putting out albums and not singles. I know we talked to Birdsall about this the other day on Drinkin Bros, and he was like, man, today's musicians, including myself, he's like, it's a singles game, man. You're just dropping singles once a week. And I was like, man, I miss it, but it was fun to watch last night. I really, really fucking enjoyed it. It was rad. It was rad. Got some weird Crystalia news to report here.
Okay.
This is a really, really strange one, and I'm surprised the press didn't jump on this immediately after his scandal. Netflix had a show that they had bought right before this scandal hit, and it was him and Bryan Callen doing a prank show together for Netflix.
Okay.
Which would have been funny as shit.
And they shot it already, or?
It it appears as if maybe they've shot it, or I know they definitely bought it, right? So the story just dropped about, I don't know, 45 minutes ago.
Okay. Netflix
scraps the upcoming Crystalia prank show with Bryan Callen. And, man, poor Callen, dude.
I know, dude. He cannot fucking catch a break, this guy. I mean,
I love him. I've put him in a few of my movies.
Sure.
I love him. Bryan Callen is fucking hilarious.
He's great.
I love his show. I love Fighter and the Kid. I love Bryan Callen in real life is fucking hilarious all day long. Like, he's the best. The fucking best. All he's wanted to do is just have one hit TV show and call it a day. School got canceled. Now this gets canceled. Crazy. So what's wild about this is not only was this not mentioned and kind of kept under wraps, the LA Times was the one who scooped this and dragged this up. In this, they had also done some bigger deep dive, a bigger deep dive into Crystalia's whole sitch. Mm-hmm. It turns out there was numerous girls, underage, that he was sending messages to. And this one girl said, no, you said I was 19 in this. I was 17 years old. And all of my pictures on my Instagram were of me in high school.
Right.
The other part about this was she said that she didn't know him. So she goes, I did not know him. I wasn't following his page. I didn't even know who Crystalia was at all. She said this was completely unsolicited. And when she got a DM with a blue check mark, which means that you're verified,
right?
That she immediately showed her friends, and her friends were like, "Holy shit, this guy's famous! Like, you've got to write him back."
Right.
But the picture that was up that she showed of, like, I was in high school, whatever. It does look like a 35-year-old woman, but she's 17 years old. Still can't do that. Sure. Why you're sending DMs to complete strangers?
That in itself is okay.
It is, but it's still odd. Like, have you done it?
What?
Sent DMs to complete strangers?
No.
So the only time I've ever done it is regarding work or podcasts, where I'm like, hey, man, I love your stuff. Come and be a guest on the show or something like that.
Right.
Like, that to me is odd, where it's like, all right, you're Crystalia. Like, at that point. Mm-hmm. You could just go to a bar and fuck anybody you want. Like, why sit on Instagram and try to find people?
Because high school girls can't get into bars.
I guess so. So therefore, with all of this shit that's going on, maybe there is something there. I was on the fence about it.
I think there is. If there wasn't, he would be retaliating, which he didn't. They had a very feeble attempt at, like, releasing some emails. Like,
right.
That were kind of like him being like, oh shit. But I don't know. He's not. Who said, I think it was Belinsky say? Matt Belinsky, did he say on here that he's probably just biding his time?
Yeah, maybe.
And kind of like creating a strategy or letting it die down or something. But I think if there's nothing to it, you definitely speak out.
Yeah, and Callen, like, to his credit, he
you lawyer up, you figure it out.
Yeah, and Callen talked about this in the LA Times, but he was like, it's like watching one of your best friends just die.
Yeah.
Because it's, it's out there and it's everywhere. But at this point, like, after they've really dug into this, it seems like there is probably something there, and maybe that's why everybody, excommunicated themselves from him at this point. But
yeah,
strange, really, really strange. DMing when you're famous and you DM a stranger like that, like, it's weird to me.
It's weird. Franco got into a little issues with those too, right? James Franco.
No, he was. So Franco's issue was on set shit, and like,
no, he was like DMing like girls.
Oh,
and
really?
They ended up being underage, but he was like, dude, I didn't know, blah blah blah, and it was like one girl, so it wasn't like enough. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure Franco dodged a bullet there. Do you know what I mean?
Disappeared, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's good at disappearing.
He's great at disappearing. I think your first think the moral of the story is like your first instinct about someone is probably right. Go with that one.
Right.
Crystalia has always been fucking weird. A weird dick. You can't really figure it out. What's your fucking deal? What's going on? There's something there. Didn't you think that? I did.
I had no idea, to be honest with you. Like, I don't sit around and try to guess what people are like in real life. After working in this industry for fucking close to 20 years now at this point, I have no idea what goes on with people. Like, there's some people that I'm like, oh, yeah, I've got them figured out. And then something fucking weird will pop up and I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea at this point.
Right.
There's people that have come out as gay that I didn't think were gay.
I have that list.
You got a list?
It's funny, actually. It's not what you think.
Okay.
It's 50 celebrities you didn't know were gay, and every single one is like,
really?
Come on.
Oh, go ahead. Fire away.
No, every single one is Adam Lambert.
Yeah, he's...
Did you...
No.
Oh.
You know these... I know these things you're talking about. Yeah. It's like these clickbait pieces.
Clickbait things, and they show someone... On the first picture, they show someone that you're like, what?
Right.
They never show up in the article, but they definitely got you into the whole nonsense of it.
Yeah.
Ellen Page. Oh, that little picture of femininity.
Known since day one, yeah.
She would never, right? Drew Barrymore. Stupid. This is just like one interview that she was like, I like women sexually. I'm bi.
But she'll mix it up. Like, I think she's married with 2 kids now.
Right. Anderson Cooper.
Oh, come on.
He's
been out of the closet for years. Yeah.
I'm shocked. So it goes on and on. Nathan Lang.
I don't know who Nathan Lang is.
What?
Who's that?
Birdcage?
Oh, Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane.
I thought you said Lang.
Oh, Nathan Lane.
Yeah, Nathan Lane. Hello.
How did you not know?
I know. You know my love of Nathan
Lane.
Gosh,
they really...
Birdcage.
Billy Joe Armstrong?
Really?
From Green Day?
Uh-oh, James got guts.
Wait a second. During an interview, I think I've always been bisexual. I think people are born bisexual. Come on. Not the same. Not the same. Are you telling me who's gay or who's fucking experimented? Please. Harry Styles they're putting on here.
Well,
that's a bold one because he hasn't come out. He of course is, but he hasn't come out. So this is a weird one.
If we weren't together, I'd fuck Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Attractive little man, little dainty.
Oh,
that's somebody you want to have your first time with.
Oh yeah.
Somebody dainty. You don't want somebody overpowering like that black dude from the COVID memes, you know? Like you don't want that on your first time.
No.
You want a little dainty Harry Styles or a Prince.
Yes.
If you're watching on YouTube, hammer that like button so we can beat the algorithm. Who else? Who do we got?
Kristen Stewart.
Oh, K-Stu? Yeah.
But we knew that.
Yeah, we knew that.
Marlon Brando. Please.
Well, Marlon Brando fucked Richard Pryor.
Yeah. Hole's a hole. I've never paid much attention to what people think about me, but if there's someone who's convinced that Jack Nicholson and I are lovers, may they continue to do so. Come on. Fucking clickbait bullshit.
Yeah.
He said one thing in an interview.
Yeah.
Raven Simone. Oh, big surprise.
Is she?
Yeah.
That's so
Married
Raven.
to a woman.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Boom. Got it. Boom. Nailed it.
It's rare to get Giorgio, and that shitty little fucking one-liner got him today.
Miley Cyrus, don't fuck with me, bro.
She switches sides.
Yeah, Obvi. Gordon Thompson. Anyone know who that is?
No.
From Dynasty? Nope. Don't care.
Before my time.
Don't care. Fergie's
got a kid.
Don't
with Josh
fuck
Duhamel.
with me, bro. Don't fuck
she
with me, bro.
She might have switched it up. That's fine.
Zachary Quinto. Oh, big surprise.
Yeah. He's gay. He's been out for years.
Yeah. Meredith Baxter. Oh.
Meredith Baxter Bernie?
Yeah. No. Meredith Baxter from Family Ties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mom on Family Ties.
Why do you say Meredith Baxter Bernie?
That was her name, her married name.
Oh,
she was
okay.
married.
Before, all right.
Yeah.
She
so now she's
is
Meredith
with
Baxter.
She's Meredith Baxter. She is with a lady.
Okay.
That looks like her identical twin. It's hilarious. Who would want that?
Well, if I was going to do it, obviously it would have to.
It would be someone that looked exactly like you.
I'd have to. You know who did that was Liberace.
That what?
He made his lover look like him, so he got like plastic surgery.
Oh,
to make him look more like him.
I remember
Again, Behind the Candelabra. If you haven't seen it on HBO, you know my love of gay sex scenes in movies and all that shit. Behind the Candelabra is that's the funniest one of all time because he's boning Matt Damon from behind, but Matt Damon's already got the plastic surgery to look like Liberace at that point. It's the best scene of all
great.
time.
You get high and laugh your ass off at that scene.
So funny.
Jason Collins,
an
NBA
player?
Star. Yeah. We knew that, right?
Yep.
After he played, right?
After he
Once
played.
he retired.
He didn't say during. Yeah.
Jason Mraz.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see it.
I guess. He's come out as bisexual.
Right.
Stop fucking with me.
Because I thought he was married. Doesn't him and his wife do like weird shit on Instagram and stuff?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
That's what I
Jane
think.
Lynch, please.
Yeah.
Tell
we knew
me
that for
something.
Years. We knew that for years.
Everyone.
Is Travolta on that list?
Oh, well, let's see. Michael Sam, yeah, we knew. It was like the main thing about him.
Travolta's should be on that list.
Neil Patrick Harris?
Come on. We've known for fucking 30 years, though. Yeah.
I know.
Known
Who wouldn't know this? Who is this fucking article for? My dad?
Probably. Because I think those are the people, that's the demographic that goes and clicks through that shit, to be honest with you.
Shut up. I clicked on it. Cynthia Nixon.
Yeah, we all knew her, too.
Abby. Jodie Foster, hello. Thank you. Tell me something I don't know.
Tell me something I don't know.
Kate McKinnon. Saturday Night Live. We knew.
Yeah.
Everybody knew.
Everybody knew. We don't have to go through the rest of it.
Oh, okay. Sarah Gilbert.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to get real obvious here. I mean,
the whole thing has been obvious. The whole thing has been obvious. I know. Sarah Paulson.
Yeah, we knew Sarah Paulson. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wilson,
we're big Paulson fans.
Wilson Cruz from My So-Called Life.
Oh, come on, dude.
Please.
I knew he was gay the first 10 seconds he came on screen.
As soon as his face came on. Janelle Monáe.
I don't know. I can see it. You know the weird thing is?
I don't care either way. Amy Winehouse.
Here's the weird thing about all of this in this article, right? This like shock piece. Everybody is so over people being gay now. Like that, it doesn't even feel like a thing in this decade at all.
Why do I...
That no one cares anymore. No one cares. Remember
That's
it used
what
to be
I thought
a big
was
deal
funny
back in the
about
day where it was like when Ricky Martin came out, it was like, oh my God, he's so brave. That was like 15 years ago. Now no one cares if anyone's gay.
The only bad thing about Ricky is we lost a real one. Boy, he just keeps getting hotter.
Oh, yeah. God damn it. Something's in the water with that guy.
I'm serious. Mm-hmm. We lost a real dude because he was, for a second, someone we could be like, he's not gay. You know what I mean?
Boy.
And every then finally dude knew. Every dude knew, but every woman was hanging on.
Every woman was hanging on to. And those two are Ricky Martin and George Michael. Every woman was holding on to George Michael being straight. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, that music video where he's sucking that guy's dick in a bathroom.
What music for what?
So he got caught sucking this dude's dick in a nightclub bathroom. But he got a police officer burst in the fucking stall, arrested him, did the whole shit. And then it was just like, all right, I'm gay. And then he made a music video about it where the cop is busting him, and then he's in the sexy cop gear.
Sure.
And he went full gay at that point.
Right.
And it was just like, all right, sweet, man. Like,
yeah.
Every woman was disappointed. Every man was just like, we knew.
Gillian Anderson.
From X-Files.
Yeah.
Again, none of these are really Surprising, James.
Little Richard.
Oh, God. Come on, man.
Robin Roberts. I mean, what? Who you? Stop fucking. Who are you fucking? It's like, what the fuck? Darren Young. Professional wrestler.
I don't know.
WWE. Okay.
I don't know.
All right, carry on.
Yeah, let's hit up the next one here that I want to chat about. We talked about the Washington Redskins switching team names, right? They got rid of the Redskins, and everything's offensive, and we're changing everything, right? Well, they don't have anything, and the NFL is allegedly about to start pretty soon. Mm-hmm. Wink. 175 players have tested positive, but whatever. I'm sure they'll play. I'm kidding. They're not going to fucking play.
No.
They announced today that they don't have a name. So this year, they're just going to be known as the Washington Football Team. That is real. And
the Washington Football Team?
Yeah. Yep.
What does it matter anyway?
The Washington Football Team. So there's not going to be any logos of mascots on the helmets. It's just going to be the player's number. And I think that's probably where we're headed. Or you have to name your team something so ridiculous that no one can pick it apart for anything racist whatsoever.
Right.
I think it's one of the two these days, and that's it. That's pretty much what you're left with. Because people are going to come after you for every single goddamn thing at this point. Case in point, Seattle. Seattle got a new NHL team right outside of Chaz. Stadium's going to be right outside of Chaz. Mm-hmm. They went the polar opposite way, exactly like I said. I was like, you've got to start naming your shit ridiculous things that no one can come after you for. The official team name of Seattle's new NHL team is the Seattle Kraken.
Kraken?
Release the Kraken! This was an online joke for a very, very long time when this very first started. Because they were, the owner always gets on TV and he's like, oh, let's hear from the fans. Let's try to pick something from the fans. Let's hear what you're... And I don't know if you remember, the first time they did that, it was Bodie McBoatface.
Oh, yeah, and I loved that.
When they named that ship, and it was just like, oh, hey, you don't have a choice. Well, this is very much the same thing, where it was just like, hey, man, I think the Seattle Kraken would be awesome. Release the Kraken, because that movie or whatever was popular at the time,
Okay.
Well, today's the day, and they are now Seattle Kraken.
Bodie McBoatface.
The Seattle Kraken.
So funny to me.
So I will say this: I'm looking at their jerseys. It looks like a squid, and it's shaped in an S and all that shit. Like, it's pretty fucking funny. But I think that's kind of what you're left with now, where it's just like, how many times are you going to hear that throughout the game, though? Release the Kraken.
Yeah.
A million.
A million
fucking times.
At an NHL game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
you're going to hear that a million times. So get ready for it. But I think that's what we're left with. You're just going to have to let people name teams and mascots and all that shit. That way you can't get in any trouble. It's like, hey, man, the people name this.
Right.
So you're going to start to have the most ridiculous shit on the planet. I'm waiting for like just the purple kittens to show up on something like a soccer team, like an MLS soccer team, like the Portland Purple Kittens.
Right. Right.
It would be very Portland if they had something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because Portland's become such a fucking ridiculous city on its own now that it's basically just a parody of itself. The mayor of Portland was out last night protesting. I didn't know protests were still going on. Did you?
No, I guess not.
I didn't either.
I always feel like they're always going on, though, somewhere.
I always feel like they're always going on maybe in Seattle or, I guess Oregon or Portland. I guess so.
There's always a protest somewhere. They're not huge, but they're always protesting something.
Yeah, and we talked about the Jump Out boys on Drinkin Bros.
The Jump Out?
The Jump Out boys.
Jump Out.
Yeah. Who were rolling up in minivans, all decked out in, army gear.
Okay.
In camo, jumping out of vans, snatching Antifa off the street, and then driving away.
Oh.
And arresting them. It's a fun thing. Not a lot of people know about the Jump Out boys. When we talked about them, I got some messages, wink, wink, from some Jump Out boys that were like, yo, man, we appreciate the love. Of course, dude. I'm down for the Jump Out boys. Okay. So the mayor of Portland is like, we got to end this. We got to end the Jump Out boys. Seattle, we got to get rid of this and blah, 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 blah. So he goes out and decides to protest last night. Mm-hmm. How do you think that turned out?
Is he alive?
He's alive, but that motherfucker got tear gassed.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They didn't know.
That
People are all wrapped up, wearing weird shit, mask on. Some are not wearing mask. They tear gassed the shit out of this guy. And he's just like, it's got to stop. What the fuck do you think was going to happen, man? You're on day fucking 90 of a protest in your weird-ass city? Like, that's as Portland can get at this point.
Right.
That the mayor got fucking tear gassed in his own city for not being able to control his own city and their own bullshit. Congratulations, dude. You deserved everything you got.
Yeah.
And I'm amped about that. Tear gas that motherfucker. I got nothing left in the old pipes today, James.
I know.
Doing an audiobook for 3 or 4 days is brutal on the voice. Usually I'm like a little angel. Mm-hmm. Not today though.
Nope.
We got some sponsors, James.
I'm gonna get my
put this
charger.
Whole shit wagon on the air. First and foremost, ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 30% off. If you're a member of the military, a member of the government, a teacher, or a first responder, that is 30% off everything in the entire store. Pillows, sheets, mattresses, covers, adjustable bases, you name it. You're getting 30% off there. And if you're a regular dummy civilian like myself, you get 25% off everything. And if you order a mattress, you get 2 free pillows with that. You get 2 free pillows with a mattress, which the pillows are just as good as the goddamn bed itself. The best in the biz. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. And as always, they have a 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest. And again, if you're a teacher and you're getting 30% off, you can apply that deal with the no interest, which is fucking awesome, man. So you get 30% off and you're able to do it. Big fan of ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Get on it today if you haven't. Next up, we got Strikeforceenergy.com. Strikeforce Energy is the premier energy drink in all of the land. No carbs, no sugars. Shit, man. It's lasts longer than 5-hour energy. It's a tasty, tiny little tin pouch. You rip it open and squeeze it into any liquid available. You're good to go. You don't need to spend $5 on a can of Monster. You don't need to do it. All you need to do is go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. Promo code Revolution gets you 20% off, and they ship everywhere in the entire world. 4 amazing flavors. When you get those boxes, too, it's the same boxes you see at 7-Eleven, so you're good to go, man. Shit won't dirty up your counter. StrikeForceEnergy.com, promo code Revolution, 20% off. Last but not least, we got Manscaped.com. Yeah, James. Manscaped.
Word up. Oh, word up.
A word up. Everybody Dan's
gonna go use it right now.
Dan's gonna use Manscaped.
Can he borrow your Manscaped?
Get on camera here. Show him the areas. Get right behind me so you can get in on camera.
It's mostly if you can look up on top of his shoulder.
Right there.
It's this area.
It's that area is where you need to shave with Manscaped.com. If you're a man in this life and you need to shave your pubis hairs, which let's face it, you should be. Don't be a fucking dirtbag, dude. Don't let your shit grow out like one of those wizards in Harry Potter. Shave up, trim up. They got the Lawnmower 3.0. All you have to do is buy one kit. It's classy as shit. It's some of the nicest products in the world. It sits on your fucking bathroom counter, and you're good to go. And the ladies can use it too. I know it's called Manscaped.com, but it could be called Womanscaped.com. Use the promo code Revolution. You're getting 15 or 20% off there. I forget which it is, but it's fucking amazing, Javes. It is amazing.
It is amazing.
It is amazing. Last day in Hollywood today, Javes.
Woo! Thank the Lord.
Thank the Lord.
I'm good.
I know, man.
Good.
I am all good on Hollywood.
Good on it. I'm ready to go back to Ventura.
Yeesh. Everybody was hitting me up yesterday. They were like, hey, man, you guys moved to Austin. Big shit popping. we knew the news yesterday. So if you haven't heard, the report came out yesterday. It's official. Tesla is opening up their new factory in Austin, Texas, and we were fortunate to be in the know a few months back on this, and saw the blueprints. Show me the blueprints. I got to see them. We knew they were coming there, and I want to shout out Elon Musk for making our property value go through the roof now, baby.
Thanks, brother.
Come on, baby. Proud of you, Elon. Shit, if you haven't looked at their stock price now, it is through the goddamn roof, and he's also making property go up. Maybe he should be the next president.
Elon Musk?
Like, make Musk.
I would at least entertain that.
So would I. I think the dude's a fucking genius. I love him.
Do you have to be American, though?
That's a weird question. Is he not?
No, he's not.
He's not, huh? What is he? Oh, he's Canadian?
Or South African.
Something.
Not sure. He's got some form of accent, but I don't know. It's kind of like Mel Gibson when you've lived long enough in the country.
South
where you're
Africa.
Like, oh, South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, man. He's great. He's great.
But isn't that? Can you be? President?
You can't be president.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. You have to be born here. Obama did it, but he's the only. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. I'm not going to buy into the Kenyan conspiracy, but it's pretty funny.
It is funny. Hilarious.
Yeah, so Tesla's moving there, and they're building those new trucks there, the ones that you can throw bricks through. So
yeah, and they actually go through?
Actually go through the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just like a normal window?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Either way, I'm amped about it.
Mm-hmm.
And this morning, I got a text message that just said, hey, heard you guys want to start a brewery. Just to let you know, here's where that plot would be, right down the street from the Tesla factory.
Oh my gosh!
If you could go, dead serious. I'll show when we get off the air. I'll show you.
Okay.
Screenshot of the blueprint. Hey guys, just checking in.
Just checking in.
Yeah, because that's our dream. Is we want to build a brewery and then have a podcast studio in there, so that way you can essentially walk in, drink all day long, and listen to all the shows because we all record together out of the same place. And then bring back Thirsty Thursdays. I'm obviously a huge college guy.
Some would say you'd
spoiler alert? Or
still there.
I know.
Yeah.
So I wish I could go back.
I know. We all know that about
every
you.
single day. Either way, one of the biggest things in college was Thirsty Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
So you would go. It was a nice way to enjoy the end of the week because let's face it, Fridays are bullshit anyways. And if you're going to be hungover, you can get through a Friday and then the weekend's here. And congratulations. Love to bring that back. Love to build a brewery. Been talking about it for a while with various people, and it is one dream that it's like, all right, cool. If we could make this a reality, that'd be dope. We've heard some different pitches from different people saying, "Hey, I'm down for this. Let's go. It'd be great." The Tesla factory comes there, and the cars are drivable because the new Y model next year that comes out next summer is completely autonomous.
Oh gosh!
So it'll drive for you. Now, I know I've talked about this on the show before, but I've been in one for a good 2 hours and 15-minute drive from Wilmington to Raleigh. Didn't touch the wheel once. Homeboy who was driving, my buddy, was just sending emails the entire time. Like
fucking crazy.
It was the most enjoyable car trip I have ever had in my entire life. It was great. So great. So they said that they would throw in a Tesla Y if we would hop on out there. They were like, it'll drive itself to
right. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So they're like, look, the time you would spend at work emailing and doing contracts and all that other bullshit, you can still do that. You're just doing
these awesome neighborhoods, beautiful houses,
mm-hmm.
but stuff's gonna be building up around you.
It is, yeah.
And that's what you pay for, and I'm just like not here for it.
No, we're all done with construction, and the place that you picked specifically, the house that you picked specifically was like, hey, there's no more building anywhere near here. There's no more construction. For those of you who are just popping back onto YouTube because the internet flipped back over, we're next to like one of the largest construction sites in LA. I don't know how that's possible. And if you're a fucking Airbnb at this point, why are you not telling people that?
you know exactly why you're not telling them
Exactly,
that.
because you're not going to make any money.
You need the fucking money. Oh, do you have internet? Yeah, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
But also, I will say with internet, when you first get it, it works real good.
It always does.
First get it when you're under, when you're too far to turn back is when they start fucking docking that shit.
And when Airbnb hosts are overly kind, you know something fucked up is wrong. Now, the Austin was the dream experience. Those are the greatest humans on the face of the planet.
I can't even imagine.
Here, when we walked in, they were cleaning, they were using leaf blowers, the whole shit, and it was just like, oh man, this is amazing. And then you look over the fence, you're like, man, is that a gigantic fucking condo high rise that they're building next door?
Unfinished. I mean, completely a frame.
Yep.
Porta potties, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that was not a good sign driving up for me personally.
I will say this: we made it through the whole week with only one internet cutout, right, Giorgio? Handful?
Sure.
You're saying sure.
We'll say
sure.
We'll say sure. Giorgio likes to keep us in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he'll try and deal with the stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
This was the first time that we got a real long sigh that we had to be like, bro, what's up? Are you okay over there? Buddy?
You know what's funny? So I was walking out to get coffee yesterday morning out of the front door, and it was early. They were just starting fucking hammering away in the endless mariachi music that comes blaring out of the boom boxes.
Sure.
And the white fucking GC, or I guess you would call him a GC, right?
Yeah.
Construction foreman, maybe the foreman was
the
out there,
contractor.
and he thought I lived here, I guess.
Okay.
It was like a gate, so like I walked out the gate, and he was like, "Hey, a real sorry about the construction." I was like, "It's a fucking like 6-story high rise."
What do you mean you're real sorry?
Yeah.
Like, do you say this every single
Yeah.
morning? Like, are we done with this now?
Here's what he followed it up with. He goes, just know that I'm probably losing my ass because I don't know who the fuck is going to buy these during this pandemic. And I was like, boy, I don't.
Brother.
I'm not sure what to say. Like,
I'm not
say
your
to you
man.
at this point, I was like, I'm
not your man.
Agree with you? No, I'm not. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not your boy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We don't bro down, dude. We don't watch the Washington football team together.
The only thing you are to me is a fucking nuisance.
Yeah.
So,
You're a
good day, sir.
And my ball sack, and I never want to see you again, sir. I will never call you to watch the Washington football team with me ever again.
Ever again.
Now, when the Kraken season starts,
maybe we can talk.
Completed your project, maybe we can get back together again and do something in the future, but not now. And good day to you, sir.
I love that. I don't know who's gonna buy. I'm gonna lose my ass.
Yeah.
Bullshit, bro. Bullshit. There's a reason why Home Depot, Lowe's. Busier. I should have gotten fucking stock in Home Depot before this.
Yeah.
Fucking. Not only because I'm a lesbian, I should be, but I'm not. And I love Home Depot, but also no place has been more packed through this entire thing than Home Depot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when masks weren't mandated,
right,
not one motherfucker was wearing one.
No, dude. It's all a fucking crock of shit. By the way, breaking news here. Kanye is supposed to release an album tonight at midnight as well.
Interessant.
To go against Taylor Swift. Here's the thing, man. I'm not buying this fucking hype right now. He's checked the fuck out. If he's somehow able to drop an album tonight, it would be a fucking miracle. I am not holding any hopes on that. How many times has he allegedly said he's fucking dropping an album?
Like, oh yeah, and then it's gonna be
it'll be
wait
delayed for
it'll delay.
And, hey, Kanye, if it's an all gospel album, I'm not here for any of that bullshit anymore.
What a fucking dick.
Yeah.
What a fucking dick. I promise you, you have to talk about this guy with your friends because I fucking refuse.
Mm-hmm.
I hate him.
I know you're all done.
I hate his whole shit.
I know you're all done.
I hate his family.
Whoa. So you're done with the Kardashians too?
I go back and forth with them. some days I hate him, some days I think they're genius. But if he does end up dropping an album that is in fact amazing, it's all over. It's over, because then it would mean that all of this is just some big stunt, and like he's using mental illness to like get everybody's attention. Like, you got our fucking attention. If you drop a fucking album, fuck you.
Yeah. We'll see.
Fuck you, because nobody that's going through that kind of mental break can orchestrate something so perfectly timed with a banger. If that happens, fuck all of you.
It'll be hard to kind of see here. Where are you going, Giorgio? It's got to take a piss. Yeah. Strange, Giorgio.
Anyway, so
strange show today.
Real strange. It's the last show here in Hollywood.
It sums up Hollywood for the week, though, for sure.
Yeah. This is it. Hollywood's done. Production's over. You know.
I've never met anybody who could not control their bodily fluids like you. What is it? Were you a wrestler or something?
Yeah.
But why still drink all the water? Do you still wrestle or fight?
Try to stay hydrated and be healthy.
Try to stay hydrated and be what? No, dude. That's all done now. When you're a grown up and you don't fight anymore, it's all done. Otherwise, you're pissing all
Are you
goddamn
telling
day
him
long.
not to drink water?
Yes, dude. That's all
that
bullshit.
Can't be the answer.
That's all bullshit.
Bladder condition really from like cutting weight all
Probably. Georgia, our producer, was a fighter. And when you're cutting that much weight all the time, you're constantly drinking water, constantly pissing. I remember when fucking Lance Armstrong was on Rogan, and Lance Armstrong just pissed over and over again.
Yeah.
Finally, Rogan was like, Jesus Christ, these fucking athletes.
Hey, man.
All they do is just piss all goddamn day.
Yeah.
They had to cut out of that interview like 5 times. But, here's the thing with the Kanye thing. The craziest thing about it is if this album actually comes out and is amazing, no one will give a fuck about his mental breakdown or anything.
No, but it will prove that it's not real.
Yes.
It'll prove that it's all just, even Kim's heartfelt statement and everything that he's saying, like Kim Jong-un, they even fucking had a meeting about that. I'm going to call you Kim Jong... Chris
Jong-un.
I'm going to call you Chris Jong-un.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that means that it was all fucking orchestrated, which I think that it all is anyways. So I'm not real surprised about it, but I don't know.
We'll see. Me personally, I don't think that fucking album comes out. I think it's a great story, but I don't think that album comes out tonight.
And then conversely, if it doesn't come out, fuck you to do that. Like,
right.
Are Taylor Swift and him in on that? Why don't you say you're dropping an album too? It'll be back to our old school feud. I never fucking know.
It's a great question.
I never know.
I don't either.
I don't know who's fucking in on what, who's trolling who's fucking real, who's not.
It's starting to get
I think it's just
weirder
me being
and weirder
in
by the day.
Los
No,
Angeles
it's not.
right now.
It's
I
not.
mean, I don't feel that way all the time. I don't feel this way all the time.
It's not. And the other weird thing is, I will say this. Every conversation I've had with people this week, like out in Hollywood, the pedophile thing keeps coming up over and over and over again. Some people are getting fed up with it.
Right.
And it's like, I've heard more chatter about how this is going to all come public soon. Whereas before, nobody talked about it, and it was like behind closed doors and all that shit. And they should. Look, if you're a fucking pedophile, you need to be outed, and your life needs to end, right?
Obviously.
But I think people are starting to get fed up with all the bullshit, and I don't know, man. I think there's going to be an uprising, and I think something's going to happen with this Callen shit. I really do. I'm starting to lean towards that camp. I think if she drops names, she has all the footage and all that other shit, and she's got these people with underage kids. That's I think this would make a gigantic seismic shift in the world itself. I just keep hearing about it everywhere I fucking go for some reason. It's creepy. And then the human trafficking thing. Ashton Kutcher came out and did a thing against human trafficking, and so did Ryan Reynolds this week.
Well, Ashton Kutcher has been doing stuff in front of Congress and doing stuff for human trafficking for a very long time, years, actually. He speaks in front of Congress. He has foundations. Like
he's a very smart guy in real life.
Yeah. So that's not anything new. I don't know what Ryan Reynolds did.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds came up out against human trafficking as well. I know we had a guest on Drinkin Bros, former Navy SEAL, who came on and talked about it because he's doing some shit behind the scenes, like actually busting up these rings and all that shit. Like, it's something I personally never really hear about or am privy to, but this week it seems to be a hot topic everywhere where we go, and I'm like, man, from different people of all walks of life that I don't know, and meetings and things like that, and they were like, hey man, did you hear about this one thing and this one thing? And I was like, no, I didn't, man. It's not something I keep up on, I guess, and maybe I should educate myself a little more on it, but yeah, it's a strange one, and it.
Well, me and my friends have been talking about it for years. Don't get trafficked.
Yeah, I know you guys have, but I always assumed it was a joke.
No, it's real, bro. If you watch any kind of crime documentary stuff, or if you're in any kind of
so are they just stealing kids or people? Like, what is it exactly?
It's usually underage. It's usually from countries where women are very controlled.
Okay.
And it's just part of like the culture. It's not for us, but it's almost like getting drugs from somewhere where drugs are legal. It's not legal here.
Sure.
But if I get it mailed from the place where it's totally legal, then it then becomes illegal. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you can go to these weird ass countries and you can get some underage girl for the night, whatever. But it's a business. Mm-hmm. It's a business the same as getting illegal drugs over here. It's not the same. I'm not saying it's the same, but I'm just telling you, like, very corrupt, very poor, very third world countries, like, people need fucking money and no one has rights. And most of the time, fathers, men control all the women, particularly very young women. And when you're raised in that way, you don't really know any different. It's very rare for them to be like, I'm being trafficked. It's just life. It's just their fucking life. And that's the sad part of it. So, no, I mean, when we say trafficked, it's like...
but it's not American. It's not American women getting snatched up off the streets.
Very rarely. Right. There's too many people looking for those girls, so it's very high risk, right?
Sure.
So you probably shouldn't. There's always, like the cruise ship stuff where like a girl gets off, white girl. There's still people looking for this one girl that disappeared off of a cruise ship. Mm-hmm. Because of the trafficking. They're like, she must have been trafficked. By the way, like, it just doesn't really work that way. Like, I'm sure she was like kidnapped, raped, and killed. Trafficking is for people that no one's really going to be looking for them. And they're basically just people without any connections. Women, girls, whatever.
Right.
Doing it for their family, forced to do it, whatever it may be. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to enforce, like I said, because it's not necessarily happening here. It's illegal here. Other places, not so much. So it's hard to regulate. And
Crazy.
People need to come out against it and talk about it. And it's very under the radar because, yeah, if you go to these countries, you're not doing anything wrong in their eyes.
Crazy.
Back here you are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The last story I want to talk about here, because this just came through right now, was I was literally just talking about it 2 minutes ago. Leah Remini says she's going to expose Tom Cruise.
Okay.
For all of the shit that he's done over the years, and there's been some whispers, like the Danny Masterson thing. There's been some whispers with him, like.
Okay.
I think people are starting to get fed up with it. I think since Hollywood is down right now too, that it's like, all right, fuck, there's a crack in Hollywood right now. Mm-hmm. And I think people are just chipping away at it, and they're like, you know what? Fuck this. Here's what it really is.
Yeah, and I had said that too about, if it's the only good thing to come out of this COVID shit, is that people aren't afraid to lose their jobs, right? Which is like a big fear that everyone has, which is a big fear that keeps people quiet. So in particular, like the Ellen thing, people are like, why are so many people and employees coming out now? They're not afraid to fucking lose their job because they don't fucking have one.
Right.
So now they can fucking come out, right?
Yeah.
So if anything good is going to come from this, it's that the fear of losing stuff is gone. And so people can just tell the fucking truth. I don't know who's going to hear it and who's going to believe it. Conspiracy theorists and crazy crackpots are going to ruin it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it'll be out there whether people believe it or not because of how it's being delivered to you. I'm not sure.
Ugh, Alex Jones is starting to become more and more credible.
No, he's not. And he's actually the problem with him. And I do love Alex Jones, but he makes these stories not credible because of how he delivers them. Right. So it's like it's almost like this FedEx. I was talking about the delivery guy that shot this judge. Right.
Yeah.
It's so unbelievable. It's so out there. It's so obvious. But what they knew is that these crackpot conspiracy theorists were going to make memes, make it crazy, make it so unbelievable that they would be able to hide right underneath these crazy conspiracy theorists, right?
You say it all the time, hiding in plain sight, James, you know?
You're hiding in plain sight, but they definitely talked about it. And they're like, as soon as this happens, everyone's just going to take it to this crazy level that no one will really look into it or believe it.
Right.
Because it's those crazy tinfoil hat people. And they think they're exposing things, but they're actually fucking ruining it.
Well, we'll see what happens with all this shit. The Tom Cruise thing, there's been whispers about for years, but nobody knows.
I don't believe it. I will not report on it because I want that coconut cake and I'm going to get it someday. So I won't report on it, Tom. Don't worry. I got you. As long as you send me that cake, I won't say anything about it. I'll shut Ross down as soon as he starts talking about it.
Yeah. That's it.
I won't hear it. About Tom Cruise, I won't hear it.
Yeah, I know you won't. Thanks for being with us live in Hollywood. We will be back on Monday. Subscribe to Drinkin Bros podcast on YouTube. That encompasses all of our shows, including this one, Ross Patterson Revolution. And go to iTunes. Rate the show. Give it a 5-star and a quick review. It helps move us on up the charts. We greatly appreciate it. Jessie, feel better. And love you.
Thank you.
For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.